And we start today with breaking news. Air Tracker 7 over Jefferson County, where hundreds of firefighters are on the ground and in the air. They're now fighting the lower North Fork fire. The fire has grown to more than 4,500 acres. At least 23 homes have been damaged, and the bodies of two people, a husband and wife, both in their 70s, have been found in the burn area. 900 homes remain evacuated right now.
And with zero containment, people in more than 6,000 more homes are on standby. Firefighters say so far the lower North Fork fire has burned about 4,500 acres. The evacuation area is about 4 times that size, and that does not include the homes on standby to evacuate.
We have team coverage of this Colorado wildfire, including Chief Meteorologist Mike Nelson right in the 24/7 Weather Center. But we start with 7 News reporter Mark Stewart at the Fire Command Center, where in the last hour Jefferson County officials updated us on the situation. Mark?
And Mike, it is still dry, it is still windy, and until more firefighters arrive from as far away as Utah, Arizona, and South Dakota, this job will still be a challenge. Right away, I want to show you some video we just got in within the past hour from the front lines. You can see what it's like. You can see smoke rising from the ground. Countless trees are charred. You can even see what's left of some homes. We even saw flames coming from what appears to be a gas line. We're told that too has been an ongoing concern. Driving us around is a firefighter. He has been there for the last few hours. He tells us how difficult it was to get people out of the region.
The flames were moving across the road in sheets of flames, probably 20 to 30 feet long. When the fire made its run up the hill, that was a western-facing slope, and so it had the heat of the afternoon sun preheating the fuels and drying them out.
The plan of attack for tonight is to get more firefighters, more men and women on the ground. That really is what helps the best in this fire, because it's just attacking the trees. In addition, there will be more air support. The other point that firefighters here and emergency responders want to make is that the 65 people who have been put on standby need to take that seriously, because these fires just flare up. They attack the fuel very quickly, and for that reason, people need to pay attention. Live in Jefferson County, Mark Stewart, 7 News.
And this afternoon, we've learned more about the two people found dead in this fire. Sam and Linda Lucas were both in their 70s. Authorities say that one of them was found outside the family's home, the other inside.
And it's believed embers from a prescribed burn last Thursday may have ignited the lower North Fork fire. That burn was conducted by the Forest Service. Now, 7 News checked, and if people decide to sue over the fire damage, the state's maximum liability in this case would be $600,000, a limit set by Colorado's Governmental Immunity Act. And we continue our team coverage now with 7 News reporter Russell Haythorne. And Russell, right now, the people you've talked to just want to know what's happened to their homes.
They do, Ann, and even though the smoke and haze isn't nearly as bad today as it was yesterday, there have been some flare-ups late this afternoon, and there's still a great deal of uncertainty about which homes were spared by this fire and which ones are now gone. For the Gardner family and their 5 dogs, yes, 5.
At night was pretty stressful.
Home has been the Conifer High School parking lot for the past 24 hours, ever since evacuating in a hurry.
We only had about probably 2 to 3 hours to get ready, which with this big a pack is not very easy to do.
No. Zach was at home yesterday when his grandfather called and said, "Look outside."
There was just this huge plume of smoke coming from the mountainside.
Oh my God.
You could see it so well from our house too. It's insane.
For Jason and Heather Burbaker, same story.
I was at work in Centennial and we could see the smoke down there.
Jason packed the essentials quickly and took off.
I'd load the car and I'd look at the plume of smoke and, bigger, bigger, bigger. And at some point, you just have to draw that line and say, you know what? It's time to get out.
For many families, home is Conifer High School for now, but frustration is mounting after word the fire may have been started by embers from a controlled burn.
It makes me very angry. Like, this all could have been avoided had it been handled properly.
Come on, guys.
Still, this temporary home is better for now than the alternative. And of those 900 homes evacuated, all of those residents were told about an hour ago they will not be returning home today. It will be tomorrow at the earliest. Live in Jefferson County.
Yeah, a long way for those folks. Thank you, Russell. Insurance experts we talked to say anyone displaced by this fire should contact their agent immediately. Even if your home isn't damaged, your insurance may include coverage for a hotel while you're evacuated. Also, if you return home to find damage, you should take lots of pictures.
We're following information and pictures on Facebook and Twitter, but right now, this live picture from Air Tracker is just amazing, Mike.
Mike, you really see how the trees are crowning here.
Right.
The winds are down today. We talk about how these fires create their own weather.
Right.
In this case, look at this earlier shot from Air Tracker and the intense fuels that are in there. We're talking a lot of tremendous heat. Look at the turbulence that we're seeing here with these flames. And so the wind currents get swirling around throughout this area as they're moving through. And as you can see, as you go back up a little higher now, those winds not all that strong aloft. They're kind of taking this smoke up toward the northeast over the city. This is what it looks like currently. Here's the fire area. You can see the little plumes of smoke around the region. The good news today, what little good news there is, the humidities are up a little bit. Yesterday we were talking single-digit relative humidities. Temperatures are down a little bit, 54 degrees in the conifer area right now. And as far as the wind conditions, our current wind speeds on a 5-minute average running about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the gusts are up around 10 to about 20 miles per hour, but locally with that rough terrain that you see over here, you can get stronger gusts. You've got the rough terrain and the intense heat, so you'll get some areas very micro scale strong wind gusts. But look at this. These are the winds coming off of the Continental Divide from the southwest. At the surface coming in from the metro area, they're in from the northeast during the evening hours. So it is right along where the fire is that these winds tend to converge. Even though they're not all that strong, that makes it difficult for firefighters to know exactly how the fire is going to behave during the nighttime hours. Now tomorrow, early in the day, we're going to start to see more of a west to southwest flow develop, and it looks like that will increase some during the day tomorrow. So that'll be a bit of a concern as these winds are going to start to pick up a little bit. The good news as far as temperatures, they're not going to be all that bad overnight tonight. We'll get readings dropping off into the middle 30s tomorrow, climbing back into the 60s. The bad news as we get toward Friday, Saturday, warmer temperatures and stronger winds expected from the southwest, which is not going to help this situation, and there is no moisture in sight at the present time.
Wow, Mike. All right, thanks very much. And lots of heavy smoke still pouring out of that fire area. Not quite as bad in the metro area today as it was yesterday, but there's still a big health concern, especially for those who already have respiratory problems. Coming up a little later, we'll tell you who is most at risk for health issues and what you can do to protect yourself.
So fighting this fire is a top national priority, and air tankers from throughout the region have come to Colorado to help in the firefighting effort. And 7 News reporter Lance Hernandez live at Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport, where those tankers are based. And Lance, they have made 21 trips so far today.
21 of them, and you know, they have 3 air tankers. 2 of them are big ones like this one here right behind me. They hold 2,080 gallons of retardant each, and they also have a small single engine tanker that holds about 800 gallons. They've been flying all day long.
I wouldn't say that those pieces of equipment put out the fire. In fact, they don't, but they buy us some time.
Jane Gordon of the U.S. Forest Service says the tankers are a critical part of the firefighting effort.
What we use air tankers for when they drop retardant, the red stuff that you see coming down, is to get ahead of the fire and pre-treat the fuels.
That pre-treatment can slow the flames down, which then allows fire command to use other strategies, whether it be firefighters, fire engines, or other pieces of equipment to battle the blaze. Gordon says the pilots work 8 hours straight. They have to on a day like this to take advantage of a drop in winds. Yesterday wasn't so good.
The winds were too heavy for the air tankers to even take off, and of course if there's heavy winds, then the retardant dissipates and it doesn't land where it needs to go.
Gordon says it's important during a dry period like this that people pay attention to fire restrictions. I asked about prescribed burns, since some people theorize that a prescribed burn may have started the lower North Fork fire.
There's a ton of planning that actually goes into prescribed burns. It's not like they say, hey, this looks like a good day, let's go.
She says if you look at the documentation involved in a prescribed burn, planners look at the week's weather and are trying to be as safe as they can. Back live, we are told that for safety reasons, the tankers are only allowed to fly up to 1/2 hour past sunset. That's about 2.5 hours from now. In Jefferson County, Lance Hernandez, 7 News.
And Air Tracker 7 live over the lower North Fork fire, along with the families displaced from their homes. Of course, there are dogs and cats and horses and all kinds of animals that have had to be rescued from the smoke and the flames. 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez joining us live from the Jefferson County Fairgrounds. Tyler, even alpacas can be found there.
They can. Right now, the best count they've got, Mike, is at least 100 horses and at least 75 alpacas and llamas. And if you can't get your animals here, they've got plenty of people ready to provide a hookup, including the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. That SUV just brought 4 horses in from the Deer Creek Canyon area, and the resident told me he's very appreciative. But he also said he might go back home tonight. Several residents telling us they might go home, but the last thing they want to do is put their horses anywhere near harm's way. Poco the Mustang is out of the Deer Creek area now. Along with stablemate Abby, they will stay for free at the Jefferson County Fairgrounds until the threat is gone.
It's phenomenal. We thought last night we were safe enough, but who knows what it'll do today.
Well, it's scary, it's stressful, and you don't know what's going to happen.
The Schneiders packed up this morning.
Got our Mac, slides, and old pictures here. So I don't think the roads are blocked, so we'll probably go back and get another round of stuff and then just kind of assess the situation.
Big and small, alpacas and llamas. Volunteers bring all the food and water and clean the stalls.
Room service. We've been really fortunate. The only thing we've got right now is just minor cuts and bruises.
But the improving conditions are causing some animal owners to second-guess themselves. We followed Front Range animal evacuation teams up to a home south of Conifer, only to hear the owner change her mind, deciding to leave her horse at home for now. Now, all those crews could do is just shake their heads and go to the next address, but they stress if you do change your mind and you refuse that rescue attempt, there's no guarantee they'll be able to get back in there if conditions should change. If you can get your animal here, though, they do have plenty of room. They tell me they can take at least another 75 large animals. Live in Golden, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.
That's good news for those animal owners. Thank you, Tyler.
So here's what we know about the lower North Fork fire right now. So far, the fire's burned more than 4,500 acres. It is not contained. The bodies of 2 people have been found in the burned area. Authorities have not confirmed if they died due to the fire. Also, 1 woman is missing. At least 23 homes have been damaged or destroyed by the fire, and about 900 families remain evacuated right now. Another 6,500 are on standby to leave if needed. And you can get the latest information on the fire anytime at our website, thedenverchannel.com. And don't forget to sign up for breaking news texts and email alerts.